Hey, what's up, YouTube? Guess it's been a while since you've seen my face. How's it going? I decided to come back. Well, actually, now that I actually have time to make some videos, I thought I would. Let me tell you, first thing before I can get into the main topic, making videos on Dueling book is hard as fuck. Only because it's hard because the opponents that you play against. I have a replay video to show for that. But other than that, I'll talk about myself later on in another video, probably tomorrow's video. But I had an interesting topic that I wanted to talk about. These like these team duelists and all that stuff, team wars and all that stuff affiliated with ARG circuit series and the hot topic gossip. Now, I was thinking to myself, what kind of topic or what kind of series could I talk about with this? I'm like, girl, I do love drama. I love drama left and right. There's so much drama that I have not even talked about, that nobody probably even knows about, and it probably did is in the past from like nationals and all that stuff. I know all that tea. But I'm going to talk about this drama right here with the duel, tag team duel. So I got some notes up on my lovely phone. So let's get into these notes because I'm on Facebook with this. Now, the biggest news of all was the YGOh organization now going to be having their own team. You know, their team debut roster. I have no problems with that. Now, I have had some little not shade. I had some issues with YGOh organization. That was a couple of years ago. That's drama in the past. My motto is I can forgive you. Forgive, forget, but I really don't forget. So how can I really forgive? But like I said, that was a while ago with Dan. I think he's the owner of YGOh organization. Now, like I said, I always use YGOh organization for all my stuff for that. They're the best for that. Now, from them having the best to get the info out there, like on their site, I was like the fastest one to get it on YouTube and all that good stuff. But now Jonathan Moore, House of Champions, is good at that. Come on, I've been busy with life and stuff like that. So, yeah, you want info, go to John Moore. If you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, you can get it from me there. I don't have time to make a YouTube video. But anyway, back to this team duelist roster. They said we recently announced all this information will be in the link in the description below. We recently announced our intended to join the community circuit with a team of our own, and today we're happy to announce the first official members of Team YGOh, or YGOrg. First, a brief clarification for some of our readers. I understand that it will be a bit confusing as the organization is already a team of translators that work on this site, which, air quotes, you guys are fucking amazing with that. I give you that shit right now. And then it says the organization is already a team. I already get that. Which I am extremely proud of, and this has nothing to do with them. I'm not going to read that part. We are launching a team representing the site at events for competitive players who will work together to achieve a common goal using strategies which determine together to best achieve success at YCS and other premier events. Many of you aren't located in the United States and are aware of things like the team circuit. Now, how come he just didn't say ARG team circuit? Because, you know, ARG does these things. Konami does the little 3v3 thing. But it's like ARG was the one that really picked that up. Because I know ARG got the 3v3s where you can win, like for Konami, you can win like a uncut sheet of secrets for first place. Each of you get that. Second place get ultras. Third place get supers. And then people flip that stuff and sell them. That's all nice and journey. But with ARG, you get that money. That money. But you cannot get at Konami events. No shade towards Konami, because I really don't have no problems with these three people that I'm talking about. But it's like, what can you do? Okay, where was I at? Many of you aren't located. Okay, I did that part. With that said, I'd like to formally introduce you guys to our starting roster. These 4 players were hand-selected and did not apply. We will be adding many more, but team applications are open as of this post. If you're interested in applying, please email team@ygoorganization.com. The debut roster is Vincent. I know him. He's cute. I know him because I know he messaged me about some Pokemon stuff like a couple years ago. Ryan L. They just give you that background story. Nick R. Oh, he's cute too. Calvin Tahan. This is where it gets interesting with Calvin. I have no shade towards Calvin. Actually, I have never talked to Calvin, even though I have locked eyes with him a couple times at nationals and stuff. But I haven't said hi to him. He's on my Facebook and stuff. I got no problems with Calvin. But it's interesting what the post that Calvin wrote on his Facebook, because that's where this is going to get interesting, and this tea is going to be a little bit of time, but I know I need to get me something to drink, and drink me some shit up, and talk about this shit right here, because probably ain't making no damn sense, but I'm going to get to the goose of this shit right now in the comments. It's like Chris LeBlanc says, you still suck, because Calvin Hines said, new team, the destruction of PPG never ceased me. TCG is nothing now. It's like you was a part of the card guys and you're going to talk about them like shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like I said, I have no problems with Calvin, but it's like, how you going to diss a team that you used to be on like that and to talk about them like that? And why does he always talk about pro play games? Like, I got no shade pro play games either, even though I was really only with them for like a day or two, and then Team Jobbers like swooped me up and stuff. Like, I love George. I have all the most respect for him. But it's like, really, Calvin, how you going to say that about your old team? And then it's like, one of my team members, Patrick, had this lovely thing to say. Like it said, this was on Saturday, by the way. This team shit's getting out of control. Niggas is adding anybody, which is true. When it happens when people have credentials and stuff like that. Now, I'm a type of person, I'm a Yugi tuber. I am really not that much of a player. But Jobber decided to pick me up for the YouTube aspects of it. You know, I really don't do nothing YouTube. And then he told me he wanted me as a player. Or when I go to events and then I can report and stuff. Because I can still do my own thing and work with other people if you guys want to know that. Because I do work with other different card shops and help them out with stuff. That's how you get your sponsored discounts, which will be in the description below. But it's like, really. Now, these are the comments that's going to get real good. Let's talk about them. I might have them up here and stuff, but I doubt I'm going to do all that work, depending on how long I really want to edit this. One person says, was there a fallout between you and the card guys, Calvin? He said, we left on good terms. We never been to pro play games. Where the fuck does this say anything about pro play games, Calvin? Where in your comments did it say anything about pro play games? It don't say nothing about pro play games. And then it's like, you say you left on good terms, and they say, now why would you say the card guys is nothing now? The card guys just recruited Azad and two other people. I think I can't remember who they were recruiting unless I look on their fan page. But then back to the other stuff, because when I get to ARG, Jim McMahon, girl, the tea is so good. It's now another person. See, is this the part with Jim? Well, this is someone else that's randomly talking. That's spam stuff. Spam. Let's see. This is Jim's post. This is where it gets good. He says, I am disgusted. This organization site never supported or mentioned ARG. I dropped ARG Team Wars before that logo was promoted at my events. Jim ain't going to play that. He said that he's going to get rid of the Team ARG stuff because he will not let the organization in his shit. And Jim got some good reasons for that. Let's find out what else he said. Someone says, I support you for supporting us. And then one of the players said, he said, Org has supported you, Jim, and he got this exclusive, like, little, y'all can't see that. But it's like a link or whatever. And that said, that was breaking, Jim go, that was breaking big news. Thanks for sharing. Now find me something after 2013. Damn, Jim. Yeah, and then he said, you won't. And then Vince go, I admit that I can't, even though we represent the org now. I assure you that all of us on the team will continue to support ARG. It means a lot to us. And no matter who we represent, that won't change. So you want to go to Circus Series event, but org has not gave any respect towards Jim and ARG Circus Series events. That's going to be some interesting shit. If I do look like I'm tired, I am. And he says, I shouldn't say I would never change my mind. This is Jim. Change my mind, but that is exactly what I'm going to say. Hell will freeze over before any breathing human beings wearing that logo on a team at an ARG event. You go, Jim. Do what you got to do. I support what you got to do, but it's going to be interesting. Will YG Pro be able to change Jim McMahon's mind? Change Jim McMahon's mind? That's what I would like to know. And he said, let me put it another way. I would make up with Konami and become an OTS store before this would ever happen. Damn, Jim. I know how much you don't like Konami and stuff, but do you really want to go back to Konami after all this stuff? It's been a couple of years, because I was with you in ARG back before the Circuit Series even started when you left Konami, and I was with you with the first ARG Circuit Series and Invitational and all that stuff. Do you really want to go back to Konami? That's a bold statement. What do you guys think about that? Leave me a comment below. And then it says, then Jim says, nothing. That is what I'm saying. Nothing. That Daniel Parker taking backhand shots once in a while. Nothing major. They have ignored the Circuit Series since day one, which is true, because I really don't think I ever seen him talk about the Circuit Series. Now, Jason Grabermeyer, he talks about it on TCG Player and stuff like that, his little articles and stuff, with no support or mention. I said nothing, which they are allowed to do. Thus, it's my event, and I choose to do the same. I'm just straightforward. And yeah, he's straightforward and get to the point. So if he don't want nobody wearing YGO organization, he ain't gonna let them fly. So let's see. And then Vince, one of the writers, said, it's a shame that you won't have us personally. I wasn't expecting to write articles promoting ARG as part of our tournament reports. We all acknowledge the impact ARG has on the game. Okay, if you say the ARG had an impact in the game, why haven't you not right? Now they probably have. I don't know, because I don't read articles. I just look at deck profiles and stuff, and like any translation news and stuff, and new sets come out. But if you have you been talking about them? Because Jim said it has not been no article since 2013. So how the hell are you going to say that you have been promoting? Let me repeat what he said. It's a shame that you won't have us. Personally, I was expecting to write articles promoting ARG as part of our tournament. We all acknowledge the impact. Okay, let's talk about the impact of it. 2013, 2017, you haven't put no impact in between 2014, 15, 16, and going on 17. You only talk about 2013. So how the hell are you going to put some impact in 2017? You haven't put anything since 2013. Say that 10 times fast. Then he go, ARG has had on the game, and we are hoping to recognize it on the site to right the wrongs of the past. So now he wants to right the wrongs of it, so he admit that they didn't post it, they haven't posted anything, which is very interesting. And then he says, but if we can't go to the events, I find it hard to do. Well, you could just go to Konami and play on their 3v3s. And then Jim says, I'm sorry, Vince. You know you're one of my favorites, and Calvin is as well. And there's nothing personal, in my opinion, here about anyone who joins them. You should stay on the team and do as many other events as you guys can. But in the name of common sense, why do you think they would promote or allow anything about the Circuit Series on their site? What has changed all of a sudden? That is a good question. What has changed? Like I said, I have no shade toward organization or Vince, because he's cute. Calvin, I got nothing against him too. But for real though, he has a point. What changed? Because they're going to do a team now? That's what I would like to know. Like I said, it's just interesting. And then Jim said, there are plenty of other events. I never spoke of this till now. Something I kept to myself, and that means no one would know. If that site was actually promoting the game, they would and should have known that no one has changed the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! More than me. True. But has ignored every goddamn thing Konami has done since I left them and started a Circuit Series. And then Vince says, I understand you're steady and I support. I don't expect you to change your mind, but to answer the things that would change was in conclusion of us. We are now article writers, and it would be inevitable that your events would be mentioned at the very least by 4 authors, and we write about the competitive scene. We will write about the competition. The articles about already have an ARG noted as credentials. So you didn't have stuff as credentials at first? I know a lot of people don't think that ARG Circuit Series events are like credentials and stuff. I only got one YCS top. That's my YCS top in Ohio when I topped with Demise Magic Spectre, since I think I was the first one to play Pendulum Reborn at a YCS event and stuff. Look, that deck was so much fun. 42 card deck. But anyway, someone says, I think if I get this right, you as the organizer... Oh, I don't want to read that part. Okay, let me keep going. And some people are like, oh, maybe an organization can write articles, change your mind. It's an event. Jim says he'll think about it, blah, 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 blah. Now, Calvin, he says, Jim McMahon, Vince is too humble to cross you and change your mind. But I'm not afraid to fight for what I believe in, which is the very reason I joined this team. So you didn't fight for when you was on the card, guys, Calvin. I know you don't like long messages, so I'll keep this as short as I can. But I need to say this, and I hope you hear me out. Girl, he left 5 damn big ass posts of paragraphs. This is not short, but I'm gonna read them to you anyway. ARG mean everything to me. I count them as more than Konami events. It's a higher concentration of better skill and much better, quicker structure and better content. In the past, YGOrg has been a site that covers new Yu-Gi-Oh production, stupid shit about the anime. The anime is not stupid. Okay, have you watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5? Have you watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The Brains? Enter the Brains? That shit is good. That's about it, I guess. They never had a competitive wing in their life until now. The site he puts in capital I, creates a team, and lowercase, brought ups on me, Vince, as well connection spokesman of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Vince has more judging experience than probably anybody else in the entire game with a ring. I don't know about all that. And I'm on the top of 40 highest rated players of all time and have a very loud mouth. Not as loud as me. I don't think so. They want to start doing competitive coverage. There is no better outlet for that in the world than ARG. 3. Anything the site has said and done about ARG in the past is negotiable. This is getting too long. Let me see. When Dan approached us, he was skeptical to accept ARG. Why were you skeptical about it, Dan? As credentials because of what he had read on blogs, posts somewhere on Duelist Ground. I don't use Duelist Ground, so I don't know what was said. He said, 5, we have made Dan bend the knee and accept ARG as not only just a real event, but the only event that really even, like, what the hell did you do to do that? How'd you bend this knee? Did you twist this knee? Did you break it? What the fuck did you do? I don't know why I got all this pump of energy. And if y'all think I'm drinking liquor, you're wrong. Anything, simply fruit punch. But yeah, I'm not gonna read this. So much more to go with that. But it's like, tell me what you guys think about this. Me personally, this stuff does not bug me too much about this. I just want to make a video talk about some team stuff, and just wanted to get your guys' input on that. But overall, it's going to be interesting. Will Jim McMahon accept YGO organization into the ARG Circuit Series? Will Calvin Tahan stop being mean to pro play games and like being mean to the card guys? To me, it's like he seemed like he probably left on a good front, but like putting on that Facebook status and all that stuff saying the card guys is nothing now. If you left on good terms, how are you gonna talk shit about them now? I don't know. To me, he seemed like he carried them along alright. But like a lot of people had left the card guys. No shade towards the card guys, but like, is that like a point in the card guys where people literally just, you start with the card guys, then you move on to other people? Because Noah left the card guys and went to Voltage. Max went to Voltage, which we knew that because, you know, his boyfriend Jeff is on Voltage and stuff, so that obviously made sense. And I think some other people left that I can't really think of, but it's like, interesting. But drop me a comment below. Tell me what you guys think about all the shit I just recovered. And if you like more segments like this with some gossip and drama, let me know. If you got some gossip and drama, let me know in the comments below, and I will go over it if it's juicy, just to talk about it. And then I will post up a couple of dueling book videos, especially the one I was talking about with the idiot that I had to face, which makes you want to be like, girl, I understand why you don't want to do no videos on dueling book, but it's hard getting these damn new DevPro emulators to fucking work with links, because like every time I get the link to work for Link Summit and then it updates and then I have to re-download it and something crashes and it doesn't want to work. So we'll have to see how that works. So until then, I'll see you guys later.